We honor our past, celebrate our present, and embrace our future. In this spirit, I invite you all to raise your glasses for a toast to the enduring friendship between Kenya and Netherlands, to the good health and well-being of His Majesty King Willem Alexander and Her Majesty Queen Maxima, and to the lasting partnerships and shared prosperity of our two peoples. Cheers.
Mr. President, thank you for your kind words and for your warm welcome that the Queen and I have received here today. This is our second state visit.
For Africa to be the resilient growth engine of the world, it has to be resilient to the climate shocks. And Mr. President, you showed all of us, not just here in Kenya, not just in Africa, but across the globe, what it means to run. Because in record time, you welcomed the Global Center on Adaptation here in Kenya. And that's very why that we're so proud of your hosting arrangement. And for their majesties, it's important to realize, and for the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Netherlands and the Minister of Development Cooperation of the Netherlands, it's important to realize it is the first ever dual headquarter of any global organization. It's not just the Africa office, it's a partnership between Kenya and the Netherlands, celebrated by you, Mr. President. Thank you so much. Building bridges, not walls. Mr. President, you launched here, Silicon Savannah, right here in Nairobi, to turbocharge Africa's digital revolution. So for the business leaders,
Thank you for your kind words and for your warm welcome that the Queen and I have received here today. This is our second state visit to the African continent, and we're delighted to be visiting your country, the beautiful and dynamic Kenya. My love of Africa was passed down to me at a young age by my father, who spent 10 years of his childhood in then Tanganyika. I myself got to know this part of Africa, and Kenya in particular, in the 1980s and 90s. First as a pilot for AMREF Flying Doctors, and later as a pilot for Kenya Wildlife Service, where my work included protecting elephants from poachers in Meru National Park. In fact, if I even start to thinking back, first of all, the only pilot's license I ever had was not a Dutch pilot's license, was a Kenyan license, and the number was Y2294PL. Given to me by Gladys at DCA, first floor, first office on the left. I remember exactly of 1989 when I went there. So it is an important part of my heart. Seeing Kenya from the air is simply magical. The light, the colors, the wide vistas. But Kenya from the ground is even more impressive. Because there you experience the incredible power of the people who live here and work this land. For 61 years, our countries have enjoyed close diplomatic ties, ties that we cherish. The future belongs to Kenya. You can sense the self-confidence of its people. There's so much talent here, so much potential. Millions of young Kenyans are eager to contribute to their country's further development. These self-assured and enterprising people are the engine driving Kenya forward. That enterprising spirit is something the Dutch recognize. It's what makes our relationship so balanced and successful. You can see this in practice in our economies, which are growing ever more connected. We are Kenya's third largest export market worldwide, bigger than all the other EU countries combined. And we're one of Kenya's top 5 investors, promoting trade, embracing innovation and pursuing opportunities. These are endeavors that unite us. And it's not only our economic goals that unite us. We are both committed to promoting security and stability in Africa and the wider world. Together, we're working to combat terrorist networks that seek to undermine our societies. We're joining forces in maritime operations to keep our shipping routes safe. And we're supporting the UN in its vital work supporting peace. You are home to no fewer than 34 UN agencies, an impressive figure indeed. In the past, I visited Kenya, often as chair of the UN Secretary-General Advisory Board on Water and Sanitation. I saw for myself the impact of climate change on the lives not just of farmers, but of people in cities too. It's important that we continue working to combine Dutch and Kenyan expertise on water. And with that in mind, I'm pleased that a number of leading companies and institutions have traveled with us to Kenya. Clear evidence that we hope to deepen our cooperation across the board. In times of uncertainty, when large parts of the world are facing tensions and conflicts, dialogue and partnerships are essential. For over 60 years, Kenya and the Netherlands have shown how strong the ties between Africa and Europe and how successful our cooperation has been. As members of bodies like the UN Human Rights Council, we meet each other in the global arena. But you don't experience the magic of Kenya at conferences, however important they may be. You experience it here. The aromas, the colors, the stunning natural beauty, the vibrant city life, and above all, the incredible life force and energy with which the Kenyan people are steering this country into the future. May I ask you all to join me in raising your glass. Mr. President, Mrs. Ruto, to your good health and to the friendship between Kenya and the Netherlands. Cheers.
Mr. President, President Ruto, you came to the Netherlands. You visited this Dutch engineering miracle in Rotterdam. And you said to me, if I